Hip, hip, hooray!
It's a reading day. We're back.
We're back. It is going to be our final day
On Bugs, Bugs,
on
Bugs.
Bugs, Bugs. So we're going to say goodbye to Bugs after Thursday. You'll have one more day with all the skills that we've learned.
We hope you've enjoyed your time in nonfiction.
Yes. So
Learn
much
lots
so
of new
because
things.
we're not going to leave it yet.
Not yet. Not
Not.
yet. We're just getting good.
We are. We're just starting to learn. So we're going to wrap it up today because when we were last together, we talked about the importance of identifying the text structure because it helps us get to this point, which is finding the main idea of the text. Because we always have to summarize what we've read, and that's basically, especially in nonfiction, where we get and identify that main idea is kind of our summary. So it says in 4th grade that we are learning to analyze. Remember, we've talked about that word. That's a fancy word to really deeply think about.
We're going to figure it out.
How the central ideas or main idea are reflected in a text.
Not a story.
Not a story. Not a story, Miss Paulson. It's a text. So that means
Awesome.
how does it show up in the book? And some of those things are implicit and explicit. Remember, implicit means it is implied. We have to figure it out. And explicit means it's
Here you go.
right here, all wrapped in a nice little package.
Here you go.
Which is really what I think we're looking at when we're thinking about bugs, bugs, bugs. Because when you look through the words on this text, it's really easy to identify what is most important. Remember, the main idea is not a single word. You can't say, what's the main idea of this story? Bugs.
Now, when Miss Paulson and I first got together to talk about this book, I said to her, do you think this is the main idea?
Right.
Is that okay for Miss Paulson and I to say, do you think this is the main idea?
Right.
It can be tricky. It can.
It can be because, and then I have found that in previous years when I've had 4 classes a day and I teach, like I need everybody to come back to my class 4 because by the time I've gotten to class 4 and I've
Whole
talked
new world.
it out.
I know. Class 4 is the best.
Right. So we, you learn and you adapt and you change. So through us having those conversations, we're constantly kind of being like, oh yeah, well that's a better way to say that.
That's the beauty of reading.
Yes. So together we are learning in that way too because we come together, we have these lessons, and then we do the work, and then I realize, oh, we're going to talk about this next because we might have missed something. So back to our main idea here. So again, it can't just be what's the main idea? Bugs. There's 1,012,000 gazillion things about bugs that we could talk about. So we have to narrow it down. So truly, when we get through the bulk of this story, the main idea is broken. There's kind of 2 parts to it. So we have to wrap those together. So what about bugs? It is about how bugs attract their prey and how they survive in the wild.
Squirt acid.
Squirt acid.
Ooze.
Turn the innards
What about the
into
soup?
soup.
What about the soup?
Oh,
And it's soup weather, but no thank you.
Such a vivid picture there that the author
Good
paints.
visualizing.
It is. I can completely imagine that, and it is not pretty. So once we have read through, we did our text structures of description of those 2 things. We did one description of how bugs attract their prey, and then we did another description of the different ways they're able to survive in the wild, their adaptations that they have, and their defense mechanisms. So we put those 2 together to come up with the main idea. So it's just one statement. And then that really becomes the summary as well. The main idea is very similar to
And
the
after
summary.
reading it 3 times,
Yes, 3.
I kind of picked up on what I felt was a explicit main idea.
Yes.
I don't know. So then I asked Miss Paulson, what do you think, Miss Paulson?
Right.
What do you think?
They are the bugs, right? Most bugs are a danger only to other insects.
Think about that.
How are they a danger? That's what the rest of the book tells me.
Uh-huh.
Is how they are a danger. They are the bugs that really bug the other bugs. Well, how do they do that?
That's an amazing mentor sentence. I
It
love
is.
that.
I love that. I love
Me
that
too.
repetition of
Kinda
bugs.
sums it all up.
Bugs.
Yeah.
So we can use that statement to figure out that the main idea is truly all about how bugs are a danger to other insects.
I can't
Because-
wait to learn how we support it.
Oh,
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yes, because we have our big main idea, and then we have to have some supporting details.
Yeah.
Which we'll be using all of our information we mapped
It
out.
all
from
ties
text
together.
structure, comes together.
It's awesome.
All right.
We have a purpose.
So we will be looking into that more tomorrow with a little slideshow demonstration lesson where you'll take some notes, and then we'll be laying bugs to rest
Mhm.
and moving on to another piece of nonfiction text.
Not
for
going
you.
to tell you what it is.
No,
Not going to tell you
it's
what
always
it
a
is.
surprise.
But
Check in Friday, and hopefully we'll have a little preview video that'll get you kind of thinking and maybe asking some questions about what our next story could be. Oh, text. I did it again. What our next text will be.
I don't even catch it, Miss Paulson. You're too hard on yourself.
I catch myself do it all the time.
We hope that you are getting outside,
Yes.
looking for bugs,
Yes.
enjoying this beautiful fall weather, going to Bernheim
Yes.
if you can.
Hopefully,
See Mr. Dan.
we've gotten enough pictures of bugs
That would be amazing. I would
to
love that so
put
much.
together, and that would be a great little enrichment activity.
Yes,
if
come
I
on
can
guys,
get all
get
those
out, take
together
some pictures.
Yes.
Safely.
Right.
Always safely.
safely.
But,
Right.
all right, Miss
So
Paulson.
that's it.
Until
Until we read again. See you later.